Welcome to Kump. It is being reported that famous young man, Mr. Beast himself, is starting a financial venture. I don't know if that means a bank, some kind of credit card, but this bodes largely for the population of this country. I think there's big implications here. That this is the article here. Top YouTuber, Mr. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's see what he's getting at. This is Jimmy the Beast. He's exploring and offering financial services. Now, if you don't know what that means, that usually means some kind of credit card, some kind of. I don't think it means digital tokens. I think he's trying to get a bank started. That's my speculation. Some kind of bank / credit card. And I think it's very exciting because we are now finally at the opportunity. We have the chance to fully securitize pain and anguish and fear and stunts. And what would you call these Mr. Beast things usually? Challenges of some sorts.
Endurance tests.
Degradation. Usually, like, if you don't pay your bills to the bank, you'll get degraded. Don't get me wrong. They'll put your stuff out in the street. People will look at it and they'll piss and all over. They'll piss and shit on it. You go, look. Oh, is that your memento? Is that the sweater your mom gave you? Well, I'm taking a big piss, right? And the sheriff comes and he says you can't go back inside. But Mr. Beast can put you in some kind of giant contraption, like a giant maze. And you go, hey, you didn't pay your bills on time. You have to go inside this maze with a lion, or some kind of other animal, a camel. Camels, or kangaroo. They're pretty vicious.
That does sound kind of preferable to the way a lot of banks work. I mean, because I guess the idea is if you conquer the maze,
right,
and you kill the Minotaur in it or whatever, then your debt is gone, right?
Well, here's the thing. So in America in the past decades, there's been this model where you could screw up and declare bankruptcy, and then your life is ruined for a while. But then you can kind of get back on the merry-go-round and still get some equity. You buy something else, you get some equity, you build back up. That's kind of going away. If you don't have credit, your credit is now a good credit is really the cost of entry to just like a miserable life. Like otherwise you're homeless. Unless you have like a 750 score. And if you take 7 years off, I don't know what you do. Like you have to go live in a halfway house. You you might as well go get caught shoplifting something big and go to prison for 7 years. You better. I don't want to recommend anything horrible, but crimes with guns tend to get you more time, even if you don't use them. That's a little pro tip.
If you assault, a woman, someone's much smaller than you,
don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that. I don't recommend doing anything. But the point is, Mr. Beast now at least gives you a buy-in. Now you're allowed to like if you like 10 years ago, if I said to you, well, I'll lend you 10 grand, but you got to cut off a finger. You might get a little weird about that. Mm-hmm. You might be like, well, what do you mean? I need all my fingers. A little fussy, right? But now, I think now when you look at living in a ghost city and you're trying to not pay less than $5 grand a month in rent, you go, do I really need all 10? The thumbs are good. The index I like. Do I need both pinkies? Do I need to be a fancy man? Like, look, you go to war. Everyone is real nice to the man who loses his hand in a war, as long as he gets a robot hand. Mm-hmm. Not if he has some stupid, dead hand. Some plant. What are they made out of? Plastic and wood? Gross. That's what most people think. I'm fascinated by it. But when I see a soldier and I say, let me see your hand, they told me to go to hell.
I thought that we were watching a show is set in the 20s.
Yeah.
I forget what it was.
Boardwalk Empire?
Right, yeah, Boardwalk Empire. And there was a guy with an old-timey kind of like face
World War I, yeah.
cover, like plastic face cover.
Richard Harrow or something is his character, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Houston plays him.
I actually thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's a good look at it.
It's eerie. It's uncanny to look at.
Yes, when Martin Scorsese takes the young son of a great legacy family like the Houstons, they're Hollywood royalty, and he pretends to carve his face up in a war. the women like to swoon. But if I show you the relative chuds who come back, who are heroes, but they don't look like Jack Houston, So, I mean, I don't know if they have as much, I don't know if they're getting the pinup models to hold their door at the bank. They're getting the cops called on them, even though they did horrible things for this country, horrible things, and you just walk past them just because they're sipping lean,
True.
It's disgusting what these women do. It's horrible. I'm just thankful. But, look, what are we talking about? Mr. Beast allows you to buy back into society. And all it takes is dignity. You're not going to have any. I don't know why you'd want dignity. What we're building here as a people for the next 100 years, I can't think of anything that's more of a hindrance than dignity. I can't think of anything that holds you back more than integrity. Than self-awareness, than not being a hypocrite. These are all, like, they need to rewrite the Bible. I mean, I get it. If you say to me, well, the Bible is God's written word on earth, I hear you. But if you're one of those people who go, hey, it's actually helpful, well, that's the thing. It can either be relevant or not. If you're one of these guys, people tell you the Bible can help you in everyday life. If that is going to keep being true, we need to shave some of those commandments because that's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to need to get in the game, as they say. You're going to need, some kind of, I would recommend going to the gym and then, working out your traps. Like, I'm not the guy to ask, but you need to get a personal trainer while you still have, some credit. Waste the last of your credit on a personal trainer and spend it on a trainer who will teach you how to win Mr. Beast type games. Because that's the only way you're going to make anything in the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Finance is over. The Federal Reserve is not going to save you anymore. You really need to work out your abs, your core. There's going to be a giant...
You need to become like a spider monkey.
Yeah.
Someone who can wiggle out of into weird spaces.
There'll be a giant ball.
Yeah.
And you need to stay on top of it.
Right.
And you're wearing weights. And spikes are going inside you. things are, inanimate objects are going inside every hole. And you need to stay on top of the rotating ball. Now, you ask your trainer what prepares you for that. I'm not the man. I won't make it to that next world. I'm not going to Valhalla. All right? It's a dangerous time to be alive, and Mr. Beast is kind of the game warden. Everyone's got a role. And you have the Zuckerbergs. Zuckerberg is kind of aligned with Peter Thiel, the data guys. And then Sam Altman and Musk are going to be the AI guys / rocket ships. Jamie Dimon's the guys who have actual money might not do that well anymore. Mm-hmm. You need a gimmick. And Mr. Beast kind of came with a surprise. He was a content boy. But now he's getting himself. He's like, no. Because remember when Meta came out? Everyone's like, Facebook is just a place. Is the thing where you go, hey, anyone single? I'm in Harvard. I don't know. I don't remember what I posted on Facebook. Junk, boomer junk. It's a place for boomer junk. And all of a sudden, it's Meta, and they have like the metaverse and the stupid and you go inside the Meta glasses and you talk to people. And hopefully, you're adults. That's what I mean. It's scary. It's very scary, not because anything's realistic. Because is this a child? Am I playing the free mining game with a child? I don't mean Minecraft. It's some other thing. You put on those glasses and it's like play laser mine, and you hear hey, what am I doing? Hello. So yeah, I mean that kind of thing. And in a similar way, Mr. Beast is laying down his spike flag into the culture and saying, I'm here to be the bank. And you go, what do you mean the bank? And because no one's thought about it yet. Crypto was a new thing at one point, and paying money is the new money. Right? And it's because I thought he was just ripping off Squid Game at first and being weird and being a ghoul and having no soul. And I'm like, that's fine. What else is new? But honestly, today I'm seeing him with a new light. I'm looking at him like Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball man, who said, "I'm sorry, I was not familiar with your game." I'm saying that to Jimmy the Beast. I'm saying to because I didn't realize that you were inventing a new money, pain money. It's a very exciting time. I'm very afraid.
Is all the money going to be basically like prize money from his?
No, all right, maybe I haven't made it clear, and thank you for pointing it out. But
yeah.
What I'm envisioning, and again, I don't know. We'll go back in a second and make you take a look at the article. Perhaps I should have perused it. But I just got an intuitive vibe off of it.
Right.
And I'm envisioning a thing where, no, you get some cash up front. But when someone gives you money in the form of a credit card, what backs that up? It's the idea that, if you don't do the right thing and pay us back when you spend it and you pay us with interest, nice hefty interest, right?
Right.
Your credit score drops and you can't get anything anymore. And that's effective enough, right? But now Mr. Beast is like, why am I the middleman where people who are in debt, who come into my games to play these games I make, these evil games, where people are just, stay inside of a refrigerator. What is that thing when you stay inside of a fridge for a month?
There's a lot of things where it's like you have to be isolated in some container and somehow keep track of time and know how long you've been in there or something.
I don't think that bodes poorly for the future. Do you? I think that's fine.
That would be a really big thing for Mr. Beast personal trainers.
Sure.
It's just learn how to be in solitary confinement without going insane.
Yeah, learn how to not move and be fine with it. So now, and people do that. Why? Because they can win a big prize, right? Big money prize most of the time. I don't think he's giving away tiaras and horses. He's giving away cash. So why not cut out the middleman? He goes, yeah, I'll lend you some cash, and then if you don't pay me back, well, then you can get in the game. You get in the Mr. Beast. The Mr. Beast. I mean, he has something called the Beast Games, right? Wasn't that a show he made? This man has made it clear. I mean, unless you think the world is such that a man like Mr. Beast is just successful and nothing's behind him, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I can't prove anything, and all I can do is speculate, but have a good intuitive sense, right? Mm-hmm. And it's all just speculation.
Right.
But you go, well, why would they put Mr. Beast? Why would they put Jimmy there? Why would the people who control the world put Jimmy there? Well, here's why. Now it's all starting to come together, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And it's all too late, isn't it? Welcome to Halloween. It's the rest of humanity. It's all Halloween now. Forever. But I like Halloween. Let's take a pause. And by pause, I mean, just don't forget to subscribe to this show. I'm the only one warning people of my spurious claims. And perhaps they're real. I think they are. But I can't. Again, don't try to come at me. I'm not saying I have evidence or these are facts. I know how to play the legal game. Don't I, Lucy? You
do.
Right. So I'm clear. But that being said, subscribe to the show. It doesn't cost you nothing to do that. And it only costs you a little bit for the next thing. And if you like, we have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/RayCump. You get an extra episode every week. A lot of people really like it. We discussed on this week's episode, some crazy stuff.
There was some crazy stuff on there.
All sorts of crazy. Last week was Hobo Code. This was darker, even darker stuff. So yeah, just getting
even darker than the Hobo Code.
So get in the game. But yeah, so Mr. Beast. I mean, I'm a big fan of his, and I'll say that in court. When he tries to do a takedown on me. It's probably not the best thing to do to talk smack because YouTube probably loves this guy. He's getting hundreds of millions of people to watch his Beast games.
Yeah. So that's practical. You need to protect yourself here. So
I'm just protecting myself. I'm protecting myself.
Well, what do you love about Mr. Beast so much?
I love his smile. I love his charm, his wit. He should host a Tonight Show.
I love that big smile and those dead eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
2 inches above it.
If you have a beautiful smile like Mr. Beast, Jimmy the Beast, why? What you want some? You want some eyes with a soul distracting you from that smile? That's crazy talk. Let's take a look at this thing. Is there anything to look at in this article? Let's see. So what we got? The deck. The trademark application aligns with a 25 fundraiser pitch deck that outlined plans to expand into fintech, which was viewed. This is why I do what I do, because none of this makes sense to anybody. I just get the vibe. I look at the news like a vibe check, like a vibe coder. The deck provided no time frame for a launch, but company. Yeah, look. All you gotta say is it's not financial advice. This is not the news. I made it all up. And you can say, and you can do a better job than the news. And if I'm wrong, I'll go to hell forever. But what else is new? I can't, spokesman for Mr. Beast, his real name is Jimmy Donaldson, declined to comment. I pray to the Lord Gabriel, the angel Gabriel, to protect Jimmy Donaldson from the wickedness and snares of the devil.
This is a beautiful prayer.
Thank you.
We
live in his world now. Really, Michael is the one who usually does that.
Yeah.
Gabriel's the guy who talks. He's the spokesman. It's kind of the guy who goes, "Hey, Mary, you're preggo. You're preggers. Just want you to know that God did it. Bye." Hey, Mary, I heard you're pregnant. Bye. But yeah, so there's that. So that story. I think it's exciting. I think it's nice. I think it's fun. I mean, there's a lot going on. We can't spend all day talking about Mr. Beast, because another big story's happened. A John Bolton story. Remember John Bolton? He was the dean of Hogwarts School or whatever, the wizard man. Let's bring this up. John Bolton. Is there one with a picture on it? These are just... Yeah, scroll to the picture. I want people to see the picture of him. There we go. There you go. Look at this. This is...
Honestly, he does seem like he seems like he would be a fun grandpa.
He seems like he would feed you candies in your mouth. He would sit in my lap and I'll put candies in your mouth. I'm John Bolton. John Bolton.
Probably not, though. He's probably just a blowhard.
Well, he's being charged with the Espionage Act, I believe.
He's probably reading classified documents at the dinner table.
Yeah, it's like having
my job's so important.
Right. He's just trying to impress his rat grandchildren who hate him, who think he's a dumbass. They keep tricking them with, like, I don't know, what are those tricks that kids do? They go like is there a newer version of like it's like the Wayne's World thing, like, asshole says what? Whatever. But I thought you meant like switching up his medication or something.
There
was a thing what kids would do. I remember. I think my age, was it my age or slightly younger? I forget. But they would like put their hand near their lap, I guess you'd say, and then you try to look at it. Like they put a circle with a hand with some weird thing they would always do.
Yeah, and the little circle with the fingers, and then they punch you.
Oh, they punch you, right? Yeah, they do that to him constantly. Yeah. I don't know what that's called. It's called slap buddies or whatever. It never seemed that clever to me, and they always seemed to think they were getting over people. But they have to do it with John Bolton, the grandpa, and they would bring their friends over. He would never get wise to it. He would make this face. He would have his glasses on and go. He'd look at the circle. He'd always look at the circle. And he would try to impress them by reading out weapons manifestos they were shipping to Israel or something. Well, here's what we sent to the Golan Heights this week. They're like, shut up, old man. And now he's being charged with the Espionage Act. Here's the thing. So it's not exactly clear. The deal is, the best I can surmise or tell people is, so this guy's been around for a while. When they brought him in, I think it's the UN ambassador towards the end of the Iraq War, I believe. I think he's already kind of an old hat at that point. But they brought him in to basically browbeat the UN, and not even to convince us to go to war. I think it was more like, so you guys told us a bunch of lies. And he was like, shut up, France. No one cares. Look at my mustache. I don't give a shit about nothing. But then, just kind of a character. And then Trump brought him back as his national security advisor at some point. I don't think he was the first. Yeah, Michael Flynn was the first one. I think this guy's towards the middle of his administration. And he won, it didn't work out well. There was some friction, I guess. Mm-hmm. Bolton's a big war hawk. He's definitely a guy, part of the old let's start war with everyone kind of administration, which Trump didn't used to be into. I'm not saying he is now, but it's a little different than it was last time. The first go around, Trump was like, I'm not starting shit. I'll bomb a couple guys. Didn't he bomb a couple guys? He bombed, he killed Soleimani or whatever, right?
Right.
And then when Syria did something with chemical weapons, he did a very targeted thing. But he didn't go into a whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And people were like, this guy's great. Trump is a big, he ain't a war hawk. That's why Bolton don't like him. And everyone made the mistake of thinking Trump was out forever. Everyone thought that Trump was never coming back, which I always thought was baffling. They counted him out at first, and then they kept saying, well, January 6th, he'll never be president again. What? I almost took their word for it a little too much. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't think this. I mean, of all the things, this would disqualify him? All right. Well, they removed him from Twitter at that point. I was
right.
All right, I guess. I mean, I'm not even saying anything was bad. It was a weird day. And everyone was like, well, he'll never be president again. All right.
Okay.
So it's what you say. Well, I'm gonna go watch. What did we watch for 4 years? I forget. what do we do with the Biden? The Biden years are kind of just a big time jump. I feel like it was a snap from the Avengers.
We're gonna go watch some Spider Babies.
Yeah, let's go watch the Spider-Verse 11 times in a row.
What was that stupid show we were watching for a second? It was like Spider-Man Babies.
I mean, I wouldn't have chosen to release that to the public. We watched half an episode.
We checked it out for 5 minutes.
It was on Disney Plus when we had it was a Spider-Man baby show.
Right.
And we watched. It was terrible. To be fair, it was made for literal babies. But yes, we did that. Now, hello, I'm looking to the camera. I watched the baby Spider-Man show. What are you going to do about it? But yeah, I mean, the point is, so John Bolton, but no one thought he was coming back. John Bolton wrote a book where he was just trash talking Trump. Mm-hmm. I think he made a bunch of stuff what was it like working with Trump? You know what it was like working with Trump? I'm John Bolton right now. You know what it was like working for Trump? It was like working for a blender with no lid. It's a crazy thing to say. You know what I mean? And that really, Trump really bad. Excuse me. I get it. Don't talk shit.
Right.
I mean, 'cause he's back. Trump is back in a very big way. And people ran their mouths for 4 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, Biden got in. He's like, oh, these people who like Trump are white supremacists. And we're not going to do that anymore. Oh, misspoke there, didn't you? And they had that awful poet.
Oh, yeah, Amanda.
Amanda Bynes or whatever.
Amanda Gordo.
and then and just there's a lot of people running their mouth for 4 years, and Trump got back in. And he's like, yeah, what do you think was gonna? They tried to put him in jail 16 times.
Yeah.
And what do you think was gonna happen?
I mean, this is, and it's like. It seems to be how Trump succeeds at a lot of things. It's just pure resentment. He'll drive off of his own resentment for years.
You don't understand. I'm not a man. People. I was asked recently if I believe in demons, and I'm not the biggest believer in demons, but I'm realizing now that we're entering an age of magic. We're entering an age where the tethers of physical reality are not as strong as emotion. It is an age of spite. We're in an age of pure hate, of revenge, of vengeance.
Animus.
Resentment, pride, lies. But it's not just lying, but just being a fabulist. Mm-hmm. It's an age of magical thinking. I mean, I don't want to say that Gabriel Garcia Marquez, what would you call him? What was his genre?
Magic realism.
Magical realism. I've never read the book. Did you read 1,000 Years of Solitude? 100 Years of Solitude? His famous book, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I don't want to say that he would be a Trump supporter. I mean, he might have, but I do feel like if I understand magical realism, and I don't, it does kind of, the Trump era is kind of the realization of that. The Joan Didions of the world.
Right.
They wouldn't have thought that is he alive, Gabriel Garcia Marquez?
Is he alive?
Who
I don't
knows?
think so. No, I think he died.
He probably died. And you know what? If he was alive, he might be surprised, though, that his vision of magic was fully realized by Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States.
Do you think this is the magic administration?
I mean, it's dark magic a lot of the time. And it's not just Trump, but it's a lot of just pure whims and pure... and back and forth. I mean, look at all these people. Look at the AOC and Katie Porter. These people, no one, everyone's unhinged, right? No one's sitting there going, Democrats don't have a plan to fight Trump and whatever these things are. It's all just kind of like chaotic back and forth. J.K. Rowling just getting in the mix. I mean, it's just, do you understand what I'm saying? There are people who are in like these think tanks still, and they're writing reports, they're going this and that, and then the statistics, and no one cares. No one's making policy off that. And like, did Trump initiate that? Sure. But I mean, you also had a man with no brain for 4 years. Literally, a brain dead man.
It does seem like Trump, too, like the second administration.
Right.
It's like way more of that. People thought the cultural shift was big the first time, but I think it's like way more like complete this time. It's
really become an age of just kind of, you can be whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
It's actually in a lot of ways very exciting. I mean, who's to say I'm not a wizard? Who's to say I'm not a magic man? Mm-hmm. I mean, you have cancer, try to fix it on your own. Just will it out of your body. I mean, really, truth is like, because I mean, what we call truth. I don't believe that truth is subjective per se. I never liked that idea, but it is true that what we accepted as true was just horse shit. Not every time, but I mean, some of it was real, probably. But it was kind of arbitrary what we allowed to be filtered into our minds.
Sure.
Some of it was based on science. A lot of it was based on MK Ultra and the CIA, and still is, baby. You know what I mean? It's not that much better now, but at least we're a little more hip to it. That's why we need Mr. Beast. People wouldn't have, if you told some man in the 70s, hey, like during stagflation, right? Mm-hmm. While OPEC was having their what do they call that? The embargo, right? Yeah. When you're embargoing oil, and he goes, hey, you can keep your house, but you have to jump through these literal flaming hoops on a jet ski. He would have told you to go, well, this is America. What are you talking about? Now he say, where do I sign? It's a shift, is all I'm saying.
Right.
The American dream. I mean, they called it a dream because it wasn't real. It wasn't real. It's like the American dream is a carrot on a stick. Mm-hmm. And here's a carrot. Get the carrot. Hey, stab me. That's the American dream. It's all smoke and mirrors and hog's horn sweaters. What? It's just so, John Bolton, did he deserve this? Probably. That's the thing. Everyone's guilty of something. It's the whole idea of, it's like compromise. It's a Russian term. It's like a KGB term or whatever for compromising information, right? It's very big in the news the past few years. We know why. But we understand, it seems like everyone's got stuff. Yes, because compromise is the price of admission. Mm. If they don't got nothing on you, they're not giving you nothing.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
They would only include someone they could destroy.
Exactly. They don't want some goody two shoes, some Eagle Scout. Right. Oh, I want my Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Mr. Smith would have gone to friggin' the bottom of the Hudson River. You crazy, Capra? Frank Fiction, more like it. Just saying. Oh, hey, Jack, you can't buy me, then you don't get to play. If we can't buy you, you don't get to play the game. That's why Mr. Beast wants a bank. But I want a bank. But this show doesn't get quite as many viewers. When I go to the people, the Fed, and I go, hey, I want to start a bank, men pull me by my hair. What I have left. and they choke me, and they drag me out by my choking neck of the Federal Reserve. The lobby, really. I didn't make it past the lobby. So it's a different conversation with the Kump podcast. But, it's a growing concern, you could call it.
For sure.
Just like a tumor inside me.
Well, this is like it's part of a pattern for sure. Like there's other people that he's going after.
Yeah.
Who is the other big one?
Letitia James or Comey?
Comey, right?
Right,
yeah.
Comey though. Look, Comey, I had to look it up because I wasn't sure what he did. Because you would think there's versions of the Comey thing. He was the head of the FBI. And he actually opened up the Hillary case at the last second again with the email server. And what she did, why did she have this private server? Well, it didn't do anything wrong. She's just hubris.
It definitely seems shady.
It's very shady. At the very least, it's just hubris. And if you weren't doing nothing wrong, it's even dumber. That's what cost you the election.
Right.
If it did, also, they say she could have gone to Wisconsin. I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy who knows which states to go to or even what states are. Right?
If she had just gone to Wisconsin and just held up a giant chunk of
pussy cheese. This is my pussy cheese.
This is my favorite thing to eat, and just take a big bite out of it.
Oh, pussy cheese.
Should be president right now.
But imagine that, because they love the pussy hats. The Democrats love this kind of subversion of female power, right? And Wisconsin loves cheese.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be crude here. I'm not trying to be a nasty boy. But you imagine it's like her and who was it? Tim Kaine. Does anyone remember Tim Kaine, her running mate?
Oh, that was a mistake too.
Excuse me. But yeah, was it a mistake? No one even remembers if it was a mistake or not. I guess that inherently makes it one. But her and Tim Kaine and some other, and I don't know, Dick Russell, whoever these people, I don't know, George Stephanopoulos, they're all on a stage in Wisconsin going, this is my cheese, my pussy cheese. This is my cheese, my pussy cheese.
And they're all wearing cheese hats?
They're all wearing cheese hats going, pussy cheese, pussy cheese. Don't lock up my pussy cheese. Lock her up, you said. Don't lock up my pussy cheese. It could have worked. It could have worked. Mm-hmm. Are we allowed to say that? Are we allowed to say that many times in a row? We're going to cut some of those out. We'll see. I think it'll be fine. YouTube is.
If they want to persecute you, they'll find a reason.
They'll do anything to keep me from getting a bank. All I want is a bank. If my sins, they'll give me one.
But yeah, like he's going after a lot of people. Who knows if it's retribution or not? It definitely seems like it. Definitely
seems. Oh yeah, right. So Comey, yes, you would think like that was actually good for him, but apparently Comey talked some shit later on during the whole. I mean, he helped initiate the whole RussiaGate thing. I guess he wouldn't do whatever. He wouldn't play ball.
Right.
He wanted loyalty, and he said, "I'll give you the truth," which is also horseshit, probably.
If you were in Trump's position, who would you want to? How would you seek retribution? Who would you seek retribution against?
Are you asking me if I was in his actual position, or like in my life, who would I want to, if I had power?
If you were in a position to seek retribution against
people.
Against people.
Interesting question. Maybe my dad. I would, the whole egg situation. I mean, I don't feel like I lost, but I feel like it'd be nice to put a little bow on that.
No one ever thinks to do that with that kind of political power.
Just go after their own parents.
Just go after their own parents.
Did that scene in Mission Impossible 1, the Brian De Palma one, where it's like, actually, I was gonna, but he actually it resonates with me. I was gonna say, oh, they don't get it, but they did get it because there's that scene where Kittredge, the CIA guy or whatever, is talking to Ethan Hunt, and he's like. And his mom and dad, like, or mom and uncle, or his uncle, whatever they are, whoever his adopted parents are, they're trying to get him to come back in from the cold or whatever. And they go, and it's on TV. They got busted for running a drug ring or something. And he's like, "You think I killed 16 people, my own agents, back and forth? I stole from the CIA. I'm a ruthless double agent. And you think parading Aunt Barb and Uncle Johnny in front of the law, it makes me shut the fuck up." And it really resonated with me. Like, you use your parent. Like, I mean, in that case, it was more of a, well, we get it. It's a nice trip down memory lane. It's a great movie. But in my case, it'd be more like I'd call them up and be like, "Hey, let's make a deal. If you go with my parents, I'll give you the secrets." It's a little different. My movie's a little more direct. I'll give you what you want if you go with my parents. Frame them for everything. Frame them for crimes, please. Yeah, I mean, so I would do that. I would like to, basically, there's people who like, there's people who I don't even want to say it. I don't want to put it into the universe, right? In case something bad. I mean, I'll never do anything in reality. Yeah. Here's the thing: don't talk about this. This is kind of a trap. I just realized because like in reality nothing's gonna happen. But this is the age we live in. If you were to say like, "Oh, if I get revenge on anyone who would debate," don't ever answer that. Mm-hmm. I mean, parents, yeah, everyone parents, for sure. Frame my parents, please. It's fine. But other people, what if someone murders that person? Right. And now you're on the camera going, "I would get beef with that person for calling me a big turd." That girl called me a turd when I asked her the Under the Sea dance in 16th grade. You know? And then the FBI, someone just butchers her. Right. Not me.
Now she's missing.
Yeah, she's missing under the sea. I don't know.
At best, you're in a position where your words can be taken out of context.
At best, I lose a lot of money.
At best, you come off insensitive to her death.
Yeah.
At worst, that you're a suspect.
Right. People think I'm saying that afterwards. Like, you know.
Right.
I have to make an episode where I'm like, wait, hold on a second. You think this girl was murdered and I went on the air and started saying, I want revenge on her? No, that was an older episode. But they didn't chop that up and make it out of context. They put it on YouTube Shorts. all my hour-long videos on YouTube were going to turn into shorts against me. So there's that. So, yeah, be careful. What about you? What would you do in this situation?
There's this person. Yeah. And I won't give too many details. Yeah. But I was at a coffee shop one time. Right. And the barista there was a very snooty to me. Yeah. And I think I'd get her. Even
she's very snooty?
Even though there's people who have hurt me worse, she's probably...
How is she snooty?
Basically, she was getting stuff for me. There was like a little... what do you call it? Cake stand or whatever. Okay. Yeah, cake, yeah. That had the muffins on it that I wanted.
I want the muffins I wanted. You know,
I'd ordered it, I paid and everything.
Right, it's okay. You're entitled to.
Yeah.
Like every day you go to this coffee shop, you're like, look, those are the muffins I want, and one day I'll get them. You know, I mean, it's nice. I like it. So she had the muffins. And
I worked in service, just to be clear. Like, it's like I'm not wanting.
Look, I worked in service, so I can treat people like dirt.
But it was this matcha muffin.
That sounds nice.
It was actually very nice.
Matcha is like a green tea type flavor, right?
Yeah, it's like a green tea.
Okay, I'm sorry. The contempt you just had for me. Like, you fat idiot. It's like green tea. Jesus.
And it was taking a minute for whatever reason. Sure. I didn't care. Right. But I was just like, I kind of want them, but I kind of wanted the muffin. Yeah. And so I just picked up the lid and just grabbed the muffin from the side.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
it's a little faux pas, I guess.
But I was like, it's
It was right there. It wasn't in the middle. There. It wasn't in the middle.
It wasn't in the middle.
So, all right.
It was on the side.
Let me ask you: when she was dealing with the muffins, did she have tongs?
I don't think they used tongs.
Okay, no. So she would use her dirty, filthy hands.
Yeah, she would have used her stinking hands anyway. Right.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and take my wife's side. I was about to turn on you,
and she looked at me like I was a total slob. It was like for next time, don't touch those.
Oh, I would have just bitten half the muffin and just thrown it back in. Go get it for me. Go get it for me, pig. Hey, Truffle Pig, go get my muffin. There is no next time. This is next time. This is the only time. Now we're in hell together.
But you really said it with a sour little face.
I would have said it with a sour ass. I would have shit my pants right there.
But yeah. And I know there's worse people. Yeah. There's worse people. There's people who deserve it more.
No, Hitler has he wasn't a good guy. Yeah, this is not the Daryl Cooper. He's not the Daryl Cooper show. We're not like, oh, Hitler. Like, you know, like, he was better than Churchill. That's not what we're doing. That being said, you know, so don't get it twisted. Don't be like Lucie thinks that Hitler is better than this barista.
I didn't say anything about Hitler.
I know. I'm making it clear. I don't want to be very clear.
Because I wouldn't use it against Hitler. He's already dead.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If you use your powers against Hitler when he's already dead, you're just virtue signaling.
Exactly. Stop going on about how much you hate. We all get, you hate Hitler? Oh, what a good man you are. Maybe there are those Republican boys. Oh, you're better than those Republican boys?
Yeah.
We'll get to them in a minute. But yeah.
Right, yeah, the Republican boys.
Those naughty Republican boys. But right, so
people have been calling them ugly, and maybe most of them are, but they're not all terrible.
All right, we know. Look, Lucie and
I just want to be fair to them.
You have a tendency to like see the good in evil men. In general, I feel like. I mean, I'm not saying me. I mean, I'm not sure what that says about me. Maybe I'm a bad man. but yeah,
you're a bad man.
I'm a bad boy. I'm not one of these boys. Let's just go to that, I guess.
Yeah.
Bring this up. The White House boys, whatever they are.
They did a crazy job on this one.
The Young Republican. Should we even put these up? Or we have to blank these? I don't know. Whether you're giving Nationals too much credit and expecting the expletive to be honest. I'm ready to watch people burn now. It's spicy talk. If I go to the zoo, if I wanted to watch monkey play ball, but what's the context? I could see it being racist, but was it definitely racist?
This one just says it was rape.
That seems progressive.
That could be a Me Too.
But maybe just looking at an interracial couple.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like in that case, it could be they're getting a lot of flack for this. Apparently someone I think we didn't quite set the table on this for people who don't know. Not everyone's as hip to the news as us. Mm-hmm. But this is a bunch of young Republican leaders of like young Republican clubs, I guess, and like some staffers involved in this, right? Younger staffers typically. Mm-hmm. I don't think Tom DeLay was part of this. Was he a Republican? I forget. I don't think Mitch McConnell was caught up in this text chain. But whatever. Do you know about the story? Like the extortion element of it? Some guy kind of leaked it.
Oh, I didn't know the extortion element.
Not extortion. There was some guy. I don't know if it was extortion but there was a whistleblower guy who I think he came to someone with terms. He was like, hey, I want you to, I don't know, do something or I'll release this, and then they get released it. Mm-hmm. So that's something. And it's causing quite the stir. What do you? I don't really care. Look, it's just a bunch of people being racist. People are racist now.
Yeah.
I don't think people got the memo. It's like, and I made it clear I don't really care. And if you want me to, I don't think it's done any good caring a lot about who's racist or not. Mm-hmm. I think it's actually made the country worse off in a lot of ways. And honestly, if you look at the people who care the most about racism, it's a problem. Even if you think everything's great now, because you love Trump and you love what he's doing, and you don't care about Epstein, for instance. You just love all you're hitting all the boxes for you. And that's one thing. Because a lot of people who supported Trump are mad about certain elements of it. It's not the most uniform, whatever. But if you're someone who's like, this is a problem, you could argue that some of the whining about things or just the histrionics about things led to this situation. You played into his hand and the hands of these people by wringing your hands about everything. If everything's a crisis, if everything's racist, if everything's a big deal, then nothing's a big deal. And do you see where I'm going with this?
I see where you're coming from, and like I think one of the things that annoys me when stuff like this gets leaked, is I'm not saying saying that there's like a context that could fully justify any of this.
Right.
But like sometimes the context matters, like insofar as like, is this person making a joke?
Right.
Are they saying this about like their friend, or are they saying it about some gay political opponent? Like, you know, it's like that stuff kind of matters.
Oh, sure.
Like, so it like, you know, it doesn't matter maybe fully. Like it probably still says something about like their character, but
yeah,
you know,
right. And I'm not clear.
Like you're just showing me a bunch of random messages and asking me to make sense of it. So some of them in isolation you can figure out what they are, but like
right. And to be clear, I'm not having and hawing. I'm not. I can see someone, you know, people disingenuously interpreting the way I'm saying this and going like, "Oh, you're not taking a stand." No, I'm actually making a very positive stance that the act of giving a shit too much about this kind of stuff is why you lost. It's why you're not getting what you want. Mm-hmm. It's shut up.
Right.
Just shut up about it.
But I mean, this stuff, you have to admit, like, it can be effective, even if it's ineffective in the long term, which I think you're right about.
Yeah.
Like, it can kind of, like, take the wind out of one person's sails or something. Like, if you force a couple of people to apologize, but they get attacked by their own side.
Look, no one ever asked me my opinion, and no one ever... I've been right a lot, and no one ever gives me many kudos. No one ever comes back to me and says, look how dapper you were 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe that's my take. My take is shut up. Cares? I'm not endorsing it or not. Oh, you endorse this? Do you condemn it? What am I, a fucking judge? It's a bunch of texts by a bunch of chuds, whatever. Like they're a bunch of young Republicans, or I mean, any staffer, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, who are these people? I don't give a shit about any of this. You know? Like, I mean, there's plenty of shit to be really upset about. Like, where are those files?
Yeah.
What happened on the island? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought there was an island. You know?
Right.
An Epstein, you know? Was it called Epstein? No, it's called Little St. James, right? In my head, I always think of it as Epstein Island, like on the map. They should rename it.
Mr. Epstein Island.
It should be renamed to Mr. Epstein Island. Mm-hmm. You should not. I don't like the idea of like 50 years from now, people forgetting, and then some poor schmuck accidentally buys, you know, Mr. Epstein's Island, and he's trying to have like
it's haunted.
Yeah, it's haunted as hell. It's fucking super haunted. You know, ghosts are real. I believe. I think it's terrible.
You know, I know that not a bunch of people like the people didn't die there.
Right.
But if you're the ghost of a person who was killed to cover up a scandal that happened on an island, I think it's only fair that you haunt the island.
There's enough trauma and pain on that island in the form of phantoms to fund an entire bank on its own. You know, the bank of Epstein. You think what's that what you call it? No, that's just the ghost money. And it's like, you know, it's like it competes with Jimmy Donaldson's bank. I don't think Jimmy Donaldson, I mean, I have no reason to think he was wrapped up in that. He has his own thing. Jimmy Donaldson is cleaner. Mm-hmm. I mean, we talk about how it's so bad, the Mr. Beast bank. But I mean, it's just kind of generic trauma. Oh, my kids got cancer. Oh, it was a fire. We didn't have insurance. I lost my job. Generic trauma, right? That leads people into these games.
Right.
But it's not like... I mean, it's like is it possible some of these people are victims of darker forces? But it's not like but what we're talking about on Epstein Island is it's a different kind of bank. You know, there's levels to this shit.
Okay, so this is more in context, I guess. This is actually just the chat.
What does it say? Read it. I'm not gonna put it up on the screen just in case they try to use it against me.
Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. And everyone that endorsed but then votes for us is going to the gas chamber.
Nerd shit.
Yeah. Right.
Well, they said gas chamber. Oh, right, whatever. As if it's the only time gas chambers were made. I mean, was it? I don't know.
Well, when do we start bullying, dude? I mean, one of the people in this group literally, like, you know.
They look like a
stereotypical, like, trans groomer or something. Like,
trans groomer? What?
Like, one of them actually looks like...
See if you can find. But yeah, I think what Lucie's getting at, it's a lot of people who, these aren't the guys like they aren't the cool like the preppy frats from Animal House. You know, they're like they're weird like ugly guys. A lot of them, you know, unattractive men. Not the sharpest. Is that them there? Lucie's looking for it.
I'm gonna try to find it.
They're trying to wipe this off the internet because it's not nice to call it. Yeah, but Lucy means business. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean they're look. It reeks of desperation. I'd like to know why they had a bunch of people come to the White House with binders and they go, "This is the Epstein files." But it was empty. And we talked about that a lot before, Kump. I know we did. But it's... Oh, here we go. So these are the men...
Oh, yeah.
These are the men that are going to bully.
This is the one I was talking about.
Oh, none of them are great. None of these guys are like people who you'd accept bullying from. You know, like, I'm your bully now. I was like, no, you're not. Like, but whatever. They're all men. They're just men trying to be men. It's like, whatever. Like, I mean, what am I going to do with all this? What do you want from me? What do people want? I just don't care. I don't have the proper things on my chart here. Do we have another topic to move on to? Because I have it says William Shatner tweet. That's very old. Different topic. I'm saying.
Let's see. How about this?
Oh, so what is this? So Trump everyone's like, oh, Trump's doing all this stuff that people don't like, and the immigration, and now he's lowering the price of IVF. That's nice, right?
Yeah, I want to buy a bunch of IVF.
What is it? IVF drugs. So is IVF drug? I thought IVF drugs in vitro fertilization, right?
Yeah, I thought it was more of a process than a drug.
I thought they suck your cum out and then they put it into an egg.
Right.
They use it like a syringe, like a prank syringe. When we were talking about it last week with the guy with a syringe to do the pranks. Mm-hmm. Imagine if he was doing that with IVF. Right? Like you're sitting there at Starbucks. You're sitting there, someplace like that. And the guy just shoots you with a needle. And instead of saying AIDS, he's like, oh, congratulations, now you have IVF. It's a wild time. So what is this story about?
So he wants to lower drug prices to make IVF treatment more affordable. Okay. Basically, he wants, they want to encourage IVF. Yeah. To get people making families and stuff.
Right. Because they want to encourage. This is interesting. So they want to. I don't know if the thing that was like, holding people back from having families per se was the price of IVF. It might have been the fact that you allow, an army of Chinese billionaires to occupy a city without being here, and therefore raise the rent to $10,000 a month for a guy in a studio apartment. Right. It's hard to make a baby in that apartment, isn't it? I mean, it could be that you've not just Trump. None of these things are just Trump, but the government in general and the forces that control us have been, let's just say, neutering the labor movement, as we can call it. Unions are good for people. If you don't look, cop unions, like public sector unions, they're still probably good. It used to be. Here's the thing: those are fine. The cops make a bunch of money. The problem is there used to be unions for everyone, most people, unless you were, welders. They're in a union. Plumbers were in a union. Everyone's in a union. Everyone's in a fucking union. Everyone's getting paid. Guys who build cars for Toyota or whatever, Ford. Auto workers. You're in a fucking union, right? Everyone's got a decent job and they're paying their taxes, right? And it's all going, and then, you're paying the cops good money. Who cares? It's good tax base. Everyone's getting fucked. We got rid of the mafia. We got rid of all these jobs. All these jobs went overseas. There's no leverage. Part of these immigration problems is we'll move the chicken plants out into the fucking rural area. These are big cut up meat in the middle of the city. Excuse me a second. These meat processing plants used to be in like cities, urban areas. They moved them out in the middle of nowhere so they could shove illegal immigrants in them and make them work in like 16 inches of fucking blood in the floor and breathe feathers all day. Terrible. It's not good for them either.
Suck down uppers.
Yes.
To make it through your 18-hour shift.
I love you. Tell me where to get them, please. I could use some. But the point is, I'm just saying, it's like, and so they butcher, union right to work, unions ruin everything. They don't. Stop. I mean, unless you were like a fat cat. Then, yeah, they probably do for you, maybe. You can make a lot more money without unions. Mm-hmm. They're not perfect. But look where we are now. This isn't better. People can't afford to have dumb babies. You want dumb babies, give people money and jobs. And then let them buy a house. Stop having Larry Fink buy all the goddamn houses. Stop having Blackstone buy all the houses.
My only issue with IVF is that it seems cold. The process seems very cold.
Well, I feel like pussy? You mean
I feel like the sperm and the egg would probably both be too cold during it. It's supposed to be a warm environment where an egg gets fertilized.
Look, that baby's it might be for the best. That baby's gonna have to take a loan out from Mr. Beast one day.
I wish there was a way to just have like a hot house.
Okay.
Full of eggs.
You want like a big song, a big like a Black Snake Moan kind of thing. Mm-hmm. With that party and at the end of Black Snake Moan when he's playing the guitar, everyone's sweating, it's all sexy, right? Yeah. I'll shoot a mother. The blues. You want a hot house blues party.
I want it to be a little bit more like... That's what
Sinners, I watched it, which I thought was trash. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
It was.
It should have been that. The hot house blues party with IVF. It's a hot take. I'm sorry. Hot take for a hot house. Well, go on.
I think that the way you should do it so that there you can have a little hot house.
Yeah.
And then the baby goes from being an egg.
Yeah.
To a flesh sack, kind of a Cronenberg flesh sack.
Yeah.
And then to a baby.
I like it. It just all happens in the hot house.
It should be like it's growing flowers.
Right. Use a little Cronenberg. It's a little Cronenberg baby. Just burning, melting.
I want to be able to pluck a baby off of a stem.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's a nice thing. I think it's a nice idea. I think it's an enjoyable thing. And I think, but I do think that some people, could use IVF. And it's nice for them to be able to afford it. But still, I prefer also, if we're going to subsidize IVF as a country, maybe take Lucie's idea and hothouse that shit.
Yeah.
Make it, it's probably good for everyone. The baby will have plenty of time to feel the cold touch of finance.
And needles.
Yeah, needles.
Yeah.
But, give it some love inside of a... Could you also cure meat in this hothouse? Kill two birds with 3 stones?
I don't see why not.
I'd love to... You make some pastrami in there? Some fucking nice... some nice smoked bacon? Love that. Every man should know how to smoke bacon, cure meat, drive a big truck. Every man should know how to do wizard shit. Like a light touch of, some kind of magic spells, potions. You should be an adept at many things. As Richard Heinlein said, you should be able to be a wizard and a plumber. He said something like that. He's the guy who wrote Starship Troopers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I read some book where like people take over Mars. Wasn't that great? Or the moon. Moon's a mistress or some shit.
Oh, the moon is a harsh mistress.
Yeah, I read that shit. It was all right. It was fine. There's a lot of, this guy had, it weirdly devolved into like this polygamy thing at one point. Like one of the guys who was part of this crew was like, he was part of this polygamy family or something. And it didn't seem to be really the plot, but it became they tried to do a scandal with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, overall good book. I like your idea about a hothouse.
Thank you.
I think that's what's going to happen if I become the president, which I will. So anyway, thanks so much to everyone for tuning into the show and for being part of this whole. I like to think of it as a movement. You might think of it as a podcast. A little bit of both. I'm going to get my bank one day, and the people who wronged me will not get loans, or they'll get loans under very egregious terms, you're gonna pay a pretty penny for what you've done to me.
That's your right.
But thanks to all of you, you'll get very reasonable rates. So thanks for listening. Don't forget, subscribe, patreon.com/RayKump. We'll see you all very soon. Have a great week.